Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. This pick a card reading is for a Starseed message. So if you have not as of yet chosen an image, go ahead and do that now. There are timestamps down below in the description box. You can go to a portion of the video that will take you directly to the image in silence, so there's no sound. It's so that way you can meditate and focus on whichever image you feel drawn to the most. If during that time you feel led to pick more than one image on the screen, by all means, pick more than one. Listen to your intuition. That will always be highly encouraged here. These readings are timeless, right? So whether you watch at the upload time or sometime later down the road, whenever it's placed into your awareness and you feel that intuitive nudge to watch, there indeed could be a message here for you. Nonetheless, what I always say is that these readings are general. Can't possibly expect to connect with each and every one of you that watches or clicks on this video, although I hope you do find a message here. But if you don't, maybe consider checking out my Pick a Card playlist. I have a bunch of readings I've already done. There could be one in there for you that has something you're looking for instead. Have fun exploring my channel. There's so many other topics of pick a cards I've already done. So again, have fun exploring, and I will go ahead and leave you here and meet you directly at your reading. Pile number 1, Starseeds, you chose this image. For your reading, we are looking at a special Starseed message for you. What is it that Spirit needs to get across to you for your Starseed journey? Maybe even for your awakening for some of you. So I'm going to be using the Sacred Spirit Oracle. So pile number 1, Starseeds, what is your message? Let's see. Align your universe, navigate distractions. Okay, that's a very powerful message already to start. Basically off the bat, what this is saying, right? And another thing, hold on. We have a number 1 here. Okay, so when I think of obviously the number 1 in a numerological sense, I'm looking at it like this is a new beginning for you. And what this is telling me is that you got to align with your inner world. You got to align with your inner universe. You got to align with the Most High within, right? And not allow yourself to be distracted, because it says navigate your distractions. Not allow your inner being to lose sight or focus and be distracted by the things that are happening outside of you and or around you in your environment, maybe by other people. I think the reason for this is you are entering into, with the number 1 here, you're entering into a new beginning. And oftentimes when we switch, right, from the past into the future, from the old into the new, it can be a very sensitive time. And number 1 also speaks of the beginning stages of creating something. So again, if you're also in a position of creating something new, you don't want to be distracted by all the chatter, all the static of outside noise, because what it can do is throw you out of alignment, when what you want to do is be in alignment with your innermost self to create something new, manifest something new, achieve something new. And it's so very easy for us to get distracted by the things, people, places, and situations, right? Oftentimes these things can create static within ourselves because, you know, it's static noise outside of us, but it has the potential and the power to affect our inner world. But our inner world always knows what's accurate, what's right. Our inner world, our inner being is always in alignment with, you know, the spirit, and is always in alignment with, you know, the universe itself. And that is the only truth. Anything outside of you, okay, that would make you fear, that would make you doubt, that would provoke uncertainty, that would tell you, no, that's not possible, or you're not good enough. If there's anything that would promote fear, worry, anxiety, stress outside of you, that is not in alignment with your inner being, because your inner being is always in alignment with the Most High. And this is the thing. It's so easy for us to get distracted by these things and throw ourselves out of alignment because of that. The only truth, okay, is what's in alignment with God, the universe, the Most High, your inner being, which is in alignment with God naturally, inherently. Okay, so again, Starseed, you're in the beginning of something new. You might be in the beginning stages of creating a new life, or entering into the new from leaving the old in the past. And this is a very sensitive time, like a new baby, right? And you want to nurture this new beginning. You want to nurture and take care of this precious creation that you're in the beginning stages of building and creating. You don't want outer chatter, noise, and static to throw you 5 steps backward, right? You want to keep moving forward, and you don't want to be the feeling is here, you don't want to allow this, right, the chatter, to throw you off course even for a day, because it can, and then it's like a spiral downward, right? We want to spiral up, you know, we want to keep moving up and up and up, keep moving forward. We don't want to fall back into previous patterns or situations or environments that weren't healthy with us. We don't want to keep listening to that noise, because that's not helping the journey moving forward. Okay, and that's why this card is saying here, align with your inner universe, navigate your distractions. Matter of fact, pivot around them and say no to them, cut them off. Okay, literally cut it off. Like, it's kind of like cut yourself free from them, or chop it off. Like, bad analogy, but like bad analogy in the sense where I'm going to say chop it off at the knees, right? Cut it down before it even has a chance to grow. It's almost like switch your mindset. If you have a negative thought, you got to change it right away. You know, if someone says something negative to you, it's like walk away, or don't give them your energy. If they say something negative to you, it's like the inner shield goes up and says, no, I'll direct that shit back to you. I'm not accepting that. I have discernment. I can say no to that kind of talk. I don't have to accept the negativity that you're dishing out or telling me. I have personal discernment. My inner being, okay, knows the truth. My inner being knows what's right. My inner being knows what's in alignment with me. My inner being is always in alignment with God, and in alignment with spirit in the universe. So therefore, my inner being is the truth. It knows the truth. It knows what's right. It knows what's love. It knows what is joy. It knows what is happy. It knows all things good, right? And that's the only thing, literally, us knowing all things good and being in alignment with all things good. That is the only truth we should live by, right? So, I mean, if anything is making you fear, if anything's telling you you can't, if anything's throwing negativity at you, okay, that is not in alignment with God. That is not in alignment with the Most High Spirit universe, okay? It's not in alignment with your inner being who knows better. And that's why this card, I think, is coming out so powerful. And I'm going on a rant here, because it does feel like we can so easily on our journey, okay, towards lifting ourselves up and towards awakening and ascension and enlightenment, so easily we can get kind of like sucked back into the old patterns, into old paradigms and old belief systems and the environment, because the environment is imbalanced, right? Yet we're trying to be in alignment and balance, yet the environment outside of us is completely fractured. Okay? So we're not fractured as star beings, okay? Not at all. But this 3D matrix game that we call life, this illusion, will make us think that we are, make us forget who we are. Okay? And that's why this here is like saying, we're not going to give energy to that kind of talk. We're not going to give energy to those kind of things. Because it's not in alignment with our inner world universe and the light within. Okay? So that's your message, basically. I haven't even pulled over the tarot yet, but that's basically saying, look, it's not worth your energy. Stay in alignment. Don't let anything outside of your inner being's truth throw you out of alignment, okay? Because you navigate by the light of your inside world. And your inside world, your inner being, is always in alignment with the universe and always knows what's good. Okay, so let's see. I'm using the Star Tarot. Pile number 1. Your starseed message. And some of you might be in a situation where you are feeling distracted and kind of like being pulled one way and then another way, right? And it's so easy for us to react. Okay? No one's saying for you not to feel it in the moment for a second, but don't give it no more than that, right? Don't give it any more than 5 seconds of your energy. Switch it, flip it back to that vibration of alignment. Feel it for a second, let it go, and switch back the knob to alignment, okay? There's 2 knobs on your radio channel. One is in alignment, the other one is not, okay? We always want to be tapped in and tuned into the radio frequency station that is in alignment with the Most High universe. Okay. Pile number 1, your starseed message. 3 cards, please, using the Star Tarot. Okay, 3 of Cups. King of Pentacles. Nice. Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. The 5 of Swords. Okay. So there's that distraction of the 5 of Swords. Okay. Here you are. 3 of Cups, finding your joy, finding your tribe, finding the things and situations in life that make you feel fulfilled, right? And happy. You're here steady, grounding yourself over here with this King of Pentacles energy, right? Rooting yourself down deep into the earth and her inner star, right? Connecting with your higher self. We have the unicorn here, which is a symbol of, you know, your higher self. And you're shining, right? You're feeling more secure and stable within yourself. But then you got, again, 5 of Swords is that, where there's people outside of you, maybe situations outside of you that put you in a feeling of defeat. Like you can't catch a darn break, right? And it kind of feels like that's what's happening. Here you are, as I feel like this is you, centered, grounded as a King of Pentacles. Finding your joy, finding pleasure in the things that bring you joy, finding your fulfillment, your happiness, your vibe, your tribe. Maybe even people of like mind, kind, and quality to connect with, right? And it's like here you are as the King of Pentacles, between the things that bring you happiness, joy, and fulfillment, the people that you connect with that bring you that same vibe, and then others. And it's like here you're stuck in the middle between maybe things that make you happy and then things that don't, right? With the 5 of Swords. Maybe you have some people in your life that will treat you like the 5 of Swords and try to cut you down. You know, I want to say that, you know, sometimes it's not always blood that's our family. And you might have family like that, you know what I mean? That doesn't really look out for your best interests. Or family that creates static in your life, right? In your everyday physical matrix reality. You maybe have people over here with the 3 of Cups that are friends, like they're not related by blood or anything like that, but you feel more in alignment with them with this 3 of Cups energy than you do maybe with the people that you call your relatives, right? Five of Swords is an energy of walking away sometimes. Sometimes we have to just know when to like cut things off. And I was saying that. I was saying cutting things off, right? Cutting things off at the knees, like chopping things down. This is telling me that you know who your tribe is. You can cut off connections if it's for self-preservation and for your own alignment. You can cut off connections and situations with people. Maybe maybe they are family. Maybe they are certain friends. Maybe it's even a work environment, especially with the King of Pentacles that talks about our earthly, job, career focus. Maybe it's a certain job that does not allow you to stay in alignment, or that is no longer in alignment with what you believe. And the Five of Swords is saying, you know what, enough is enough. You got to know when to lay down your sword, walk away, when there's a no-win situation. Otherwise, you're going to continue to be dragged back, right, into that energy of having to navigate these distractions. And honestly, our inner world, our inner being always wants to be in constant union with spirit. And the more we level up and ascend, right, into higher levels of understanding and awareness, the less we're willing to tolerate these kinds of distractions, these kinds of energies that always want to jab at us. So the starseed message here is, okay, that this is a very sensitive time. You're coming into a new beginning, a new sense of awareness. I feel a new level on your journey. With the number 1 here, you are bringing yourself into higher states of alignment. There is a lot of distraction happening around you, maybe in your environment, in your relationships. Some of these connections, okay, may not be the healthiest. You're trying to root yourself deeply, right, within your own spiritual knowing and in alignment with your own inner being. And the last thing you want to do, right, is be distracted by the things that are going to throw you out of alignment. Like, all you want is alignment. Your inner being wants that alignment, but there's a lot of chatter. And this reading is basically saying to cut off the chatter where necessary, to align yourself back and bring yourself back into that vibration that you love so much, that union with spirit that you know, your inner being craves so much. For one, you're here on a mission. You have a mission, and you don't have time for this kind of like distraction, right? You don't. You got to keep your vibe right to perform and do the work and the mission that you're here to do, or to actually find it, because some of us are still in the process of finding what our purpose is, right? There's different stages, I feel, on the journey that we are on. Sometimes we have more than one mission here. Okay? And when we're on this journey, we have to align ourselves, right? Or stay balanced, not distracted, so we can hear our inner being speak and reveal to us what our path is. So it could be for some of you, you have yet to find that out. Some of you, you're already doing the work, but maybe there's another layer to the work that you're supposed to be doing. You're trying to find out what that is. And the last thing you want to do is be distracted away from those, downloads. This is why it's so important. The Starseeds message is saying to keep yourself in alignment, away from the chatter, the noise, and the static, so you can receive these messages and you can understand what you need to do. You are already, with the King of Pentacles, to me, are showing that you have the ability. You already know how to root yourself, to stabilize yourself, to ground yourself, so that way you stay in alignment. But I feel like there's some kind of chatter that is in the way and can create a distraction. And that's that one thing that needs to be, cut free. I also feel like you're learning to create an abundance mindset. You are learning to find your joy. You are bringing yourself into alignment. So at least be proud of that, right? Be proud of the alignment that you have brought yourself into thus far. But there's something over here that maybe still on the side kind of gets you down or pokes at you. And it could just be, your own inner mental chatter. But it could also be the distractions outside of you. It could also be the number 5. It could be a challenge that you're currently facing. But the advice for that is that your spirit, your inner being knows what's true. Anything outside of you that would make you doubt or feel frustrated or make you feel that you can't, that is a lie. That is a fallacy. That's never, those feelings and thoughts are never in alignment with the Most High. You are a spark of the divine. Those feelings and thoughts are not in alignment with the divine. Because you are a spark of the divine, you can never be separated from the divine. Therefore, if you can never be separated from the divine, and the divine is all about love, joy, happiness, and all good things, then anything that is promoting fear to you, right? Anything that is making you stressed, anything that is bringing you or causing you anxiety or worry or any of that is a lie. Because there's only one truth. And your inner being knows what's true. Your inner being knows that God is love and all good things. And if you are a spark of the divine, then you are love and you have access to all good things. You are love and light and you have access to all good things. So anything outside of you that is telling you different is BS, and you can toss it out the window, you can chop it off at the knees, and you can throw it away because it's not the truth. Okay. So I'm using the Starseed little mini oracle here. Okay. Wow. We have stillness, blue star. So all you blue rays right here, that is your card. We have channel. You are a channel through which healing energy reaches the world. Darn right. As a starseed, that is your purpose here. Okay. Transcendence. Transcend your mind's limitations and allow your soul light to truly shine. Again, whatever's poking the bear, okay, right here, that 5 of Swords. You're transcending above these things. You're aligning yourself with your most high, higher self, God, the universe, spirit, right? You are aligning with these things. You're transcending above these things. You're ascending, you're growing, you're reaching new levels and higher senses of awareness. You are leveling up. And this leveling up period is a very sensitive time because, again, you're at a 1. Okay, so we want to nurture this new version of us when we're at that stage, because we are transcending the old. We are transcending out of the past paradigms and things that may have created those limitations, for one, right? And we are moving beyond them. Okay, blue star, for all my blue rays out there. Follow the light of your inner compass, the blue star. It will lead you to the truth that resides within your soul. I mean, can it get any more confirming, right? Exactly. Your inner being has an internal navigation system, an inner compass that is constantly in a line to true north, the true north of the universe, of spirit, of creator, of God. Okay. And that is the only thing, right, that we should be navigating our journey by. This 3D matrix reality will try to like distract us in this direction, distract us in that direction, and make us forget. That's why so many of us have been lost along the way. We got so caught up in this game that we forgot who we were and why we were here. This says stillness. Reflect on this moment with love, kindness, and compassion. That's right. That's that deeply rooted energy of the King of Pentacles. He is still. He's so safe and secure. He doesn't let anything rock his world. And we can't. This is important. This is a very important time that we're living in. This is like, we're at war right now. And we have to stabilize our energy because we're the ones that transmute a lot of the BS that's happening in the world. We transmute it. And if we're still, and our energy is still, and our energy is grounded as starseeds, right? We provide that balance, right, in the world. So that makes perfect sense. So let's grab and roll the dice for some angel numbers, okay? If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice. These angel numbers can confirm some things I've already said in this reading and or provide additional messages to you personally on your journey. Don't recommend a source because there could be another source that you like and you might not like the one that I recommend, right? So do your own research, find a source you like, take the journey. I don't give you a shortcut because I also want you to take the journey, because sometimes when you're taking the journey, to researching the numbers, you might come across other synchronicity and serendipity you need along the way. If I gave you a shortcut, I may rob you of taking that journey and having that experience. So I don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody, please do not put the number interpretation in the comment section for the same reason, right? Because we want to make sure that everybody finds their own magic. So let's see what your numbers are. We have 11. 11, 12. So go ahead and look up that number, 1112. Go ahead and look up that number, see what it brings to you, Star Family. Those of you choosing pile number 1, sending you all the love in the world. If you feel that this has helped and connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. Every interaction helps the channel grow, reach more people, find who it needs to. And if you ever want to take it a step further to support what I do, come visit me on Etsy. The link to my Etsy shop is down below in the description box. Pay me a visit. I have handmade crystal jewelry there, powerful Tektite crystals like Moldavite and Libyan desert glass. I also have personal readings and light language activations when available, keyword when. So much love to all of you. Take care, Star Family, and always keep shining. Pile number 2, Starseeds. You chose this image. For your reading, we are looking at messages for you Starseeds right now on your journey. So I'm going to start with the Sacred Spirit Oracle cards. Let's see, pile number 2, Starseeds. What is your message? Let's see, pile number 2, Starseeds. What is your Starseed message? Balance will be restored. Wow. Wow. The number 33, master number. And I mentioned that in pile number 1's reading. So that's kind of cool that a portion of what I mentioned is showing up in this card. So basically what this is telling me is that this feels like a soul retrieval. You might be doing that right now in your journey. You might be calling back portions of yourself that have been lost through time and space. And you're calling them back into yourself to integrate yourself as a whole, because we can be fragmented, okay, in our journey. We can get lost and stuck in the past, and we have maybe at some point given our power away to things, people, and situations. And it kind of feels like this is a time in your journey where you may need to do that work, or you're already in the middle of calling yourself back home. Okay, portions of yourself lost in other people, in other places. Maybe in past lives, there's maybe some wounding or hurts from the past. And it's like all this needs to be healed so that way you're not fragmented anymore and you're brought back into wholeness. And this is saying that maybe that's what's happening right now in your journey. Maybe you're experiencing this retrieval of all parts of your soul, right, that have been fragmented over time and in the past. So this is saying to me that balance is being restored to you now, that all these things, you're being integrated, all right, past, present, future. You are being integrated right now. Okay. And it does feel like there's this feeling that I'm picking up, okay? It feels like walking a tightrope, right? It's like, feels like walking a tightrope. And you're kind of in this weird liminal in-between space, right? Because a tightrope is literally in between the sky and in between the earth, right? It's not on ground. It's not in the heavens. It's somewhere in between. You're walking in between worlds right now, pile number 2 viewers. Integrating yourself. Maybe integrating earthly carnations, maybe integrating, you know, other lifetimes and different energies that you've been in the cosmos, right? You're integrating all these different aspects of yourself throughout all time and space, and you're bringing yourself back into wholeness. This is that time that you're doing this work, or you're about to be doing this work. Awakening even past aspects of self. Maybe aspects of your gifts and talents that have been dormant. They've been dormant, and now it's time to wake them up. So you're awakening these things within you. And you're integrating them. But you know what? All that integration that you're doing, or soon to be performing, is really the purpose of it all, is to bring you into oneness with all that is. You're integrating all aspects of yourself, but what you're really doing is bringing yourself into oneness, bringing yourself into union, aligning feminine aspects of yourself that create duality, and maybe bringing yourself into oneness where there is no duality. That's why it says balance will be restored. When you realize you're one with the universe itself, right? And everything and everyone outside of you. That is balance. That is oneness. Fragmented aspects of self and ego, right? All those things that will fracture us. This is you bringing them back into wholeness. So they're not fractured anymore. And as you do this, you become unified and balanced. And everything inside of you becomes balanced and in union with spirit, inside and then out. So I know that was a lot to take in, but let's see what the cards say. We have the Star Tarot here. Starseed messages, pile number 2. Every starseed on this planet has to eventually do this work, right? It's just part of our awakening. Whoa, okay, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. Let's see if we can get 2 more. Starseed messages for pile number 2. One more card. Wheel of Fortune, the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, and the World. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes! Okay, do you see this imagery right now? Everything's coming full circle. Right? Bringing yourself into wholeness, into oneness, right? Look. Look at his shield. That's what this is. Finding balance brings you into wholeness, brings you into oneness, completion. King of Swords is truth, information, intellect, thoughts. It is visionary energy. Everything is a thought form, right? And when I think of any of the kings that maybe would focus on their mental state the most through meditation or something, it would definitely be the King of Swords. So I'm feeling like maybe some of you are doing that work through meditation, through the way you're shifting your thoughts, because your thoughts do create your world. Some of you could be doing that soul retrieval work through meditation. And you can look up meditations that focus on that. So that's not a hard thing to look up. If you've never heard of it before, I'm saying. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying that things are shifting. It is a shift and a transition that you are going through at this time to retrieve pieces of yourself that are fragmented and hurt and pain in the past. You're bringing yourself back into wholeness, okay? And things are shifting now to bring you into a peaceful, I feel with the King of Swords, state of mind. It's like, to me, he's telling me that it's like I have power over my mind. I am in control of my thoughts. I'm the one in the driver's seat when it comes to my thoughts and the things that I give power to via my thoughts. Again, some of us can get stuck, right, in the past. We get fragmented in the things that have happened to us. And we lose bits and pieces of ourselves in those things because we keep repeating that story, right? And that's just an example of how we can be fragmented. And a lot of that is the mental energy, right? We stay fragmented in those situations, things, and experiences because we, with our thoughts, give it our energy. So I feel like the King of Swords here is saying, no, I'm in control of my thoughts. I'm retrieving aspects of myself. I'm healing those things from the past. I am working on my thought process. I am working on my meditations, right, to capture and bring back pieces of myself that were lost in these experiences or things or mindsets, right, or paradigms. There is a shift taking place to help you graduate and level up. I feel like you're going through this maybe soul retrieval, right, of balancing yourself, because the King of Swords is in balance. I mean, think of the Libra energy, right? And they both hold the sword of truth. It's a symbol, that sword is a symbol of truth, justice. And you're finding your truth. You're seeing the truth within. And this shift and change is going to lead you, right? The shift and change that you're experiencing right now, that's working on this fragmentation or the integration of all things past, present, future, right? This whole integration process, this whole soul retrieval process that you might be experiencing at this time is a big shift and change for you in your journey. But it's leading you to your truth. And with the world, it's going to lead you to your leveling up, right? We all level up. We all have different levels of awakening that we experience. It's not just one time, okay? We experience many different stages of awakening in our journey. This right here with the World card is indicating that you're about to level up again. And these shifts and changes that you're experiencing, this transition that you're actually undergoing right now to bring yourself into alignment and balance and to master your mind and your thoughts and your, come to understand your truth and know what your truth is. Your inner truth is always in alignment with the Most High Universe, God, Creator, Spirit, okay? And it's you being in alignment with that inner truth at all times, which then over here, right, as you do that work, puts you in alignment with your inner truth at all times, which is God, Spirit, Universe. And then over here, full integration, whole, right? Wholeness. No separation, right? Just like a circle, it's unbroken. And this says here, soul fragments, fragmentation and fractured means bits and pieces, right? Well, the world or the circle itself is a symbol that's not fragmented. It's not broken. It's unbroken. That's why when we have wedding rings, right? I just took mine off. But it's like you have a wedding ring. That's why we wear wedding rings, because it's a symbol of eternity. It's eternal. It's unbroken. It's whole. It's complete, right? A circle is that. The world is indicating that you're doing this work or about to embark upon this work to bring yourself into wholeness, into union, in all aspects. And that is to be celebrated. That is success. You have two major arcanas here sandwiching this King of Swords energy. So this is a major shift in the right direction because it's leading you to your spiritual leveling up, your spiritual graduation, your spiritual success. It's leading you to your wholeness. It's leading you to union with self. It's leading you to balance and alignment with self. It's leading you to union and wholeness with spirit. And that's what we're here to do. We're here to be in alignment with our spirit at all times and navigate our lives with that. Us being whole within ourselves as starseeds helps lift up the vibe of the entire cosmos, right? The entire earth. You know, everything. Because everything is one, right? Everything's connected. There's no separation. So again, there's no separation when you're whole. And when you're in unison and in union with the divine itself at all times. That's the goal. That's what we're supposed to do here. And through this divine union and wholeness, right, and integration, right, it helps us to do our work and do it that much more efficiently. Because we all have a mission here. It helps us to perform our mission. It helps us to spread love. It helps us to spread good vibes. It helps us to shine our light. Helps us to shine our light through the dark, right? This could also be shadow work that some of you have undergone or are soon to complete, or in the process of completing, because there's completion over here with the world. A major shift and change is happening to lead you to this completion. A major completion of a cycle. We have two cards indicating a completion of a major cycle. Maybe a major learning cycle with the King of Swords because he's super intellectual and he likes to learn. But this is about you coming into union, wholeness within yourself, completion, which will empower you towards any mission that you have here. I'm looking at the world like I'm super happy and proud of you. I have the butterfly energy there too. I don't know if you can see that. Which is also a symbol of metamorphosis, right? So you've undergone that metamorphosis, I feel. Or you're in the process of it. And the message here is that if you feel a big shift and change coming on, right? Or you feel like you're walking on a tightrope right now in between worlds, it's because you are. Because the world energy over here and the wheel is indicating that shift, that split from the old to the new, right? Where one thing falls off the wheel, another thing hops on. You're shifting into a more whole version of you. But that work is so necessary, right? Any shadow work, any dark night of the soul energy that maybe you have, you know, undergone. It was all to retrieve pieces of you lost in the past, lost in other people, lost in other places, lost in other timelines, right? To integrate them into your wholeness, into union, so you can do the work that much more proficiently from a higher level of awareness. All right, because we all have a mission here. We all have something we're meant to do. But when you're in union and wholeness within yourself, right, you can perform your work that much better and from a higher level of understanding than you did before. So let's see. I'm using the Starseed Oracle. Let's see what we get. I just want like 2. I don't want to see what I'm grabbing either. Okay. So it says reflection. See all aspects of yourself through the reflection of the one who mirrors your hidden self. And that would be in alignment with this, right? Fragments of the soul, reflecting and seeing all aspects of yourself, truly, and bringing them back into wholeness. And also, I even want to say with this card, loving yourself. Okay? Even, you know, we have a tendency to praise, you know, the good aspects of self, but we often fail to show compassion, right, for the things that we experience that, you know, maybe we're still sorry about or we have regrets about. You know what I mean? It's like, how would I explain this? Like showing compassion for what you didn't know, maybe showing compassion to yourself for any previous failures, mistakes you made, forgiving yourself in a sense that you know, accepting what was or what wasn't and letting it go, right? Again, that's all that retrieval. Loving all aspects of ourselves. Ah, look at that. Visionary, right? With the King of Swords. It says vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. Yeah, and that's the thing. Your soul has a mission here. King of Swords sees with his mind's eye and is visionary, right? He puts a lot of mental energy into the version of himself that he wants to become. Makes sense with the King of Swords. Your soul has a mission and a vision. It says, trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. I feel that once you integrate all these aspects of self, once you come into wholeness and retrieve all aspects of yourself that have been lost in, you know, in the past or in certain paradigms of thinking or in certain places and people, once you retrieve all that and you bring yourself into wholeness, you will, without a doubt, be able, with no problem, to create the vision in your soul. Easy. Because you're in alignment, you're integrated fully, and you're in union and in oneness with the divine itself. And when you are in union and oneness with the divine itself, there is no separation. So any vision that you have created on your mind's eye and on your heart, okay, if it's good and it's sincere, you can't be separated from it because you co-created it with spirit. And you can't be separated at all from the divine within. And if that's a divine creation, you will create it. And anything that tells you otherwise is not the truth. Again, King of Swords always listens to his inner truth. So this is why I said, once you do this work, right, it will assist you in performing your mission here that much more easier. And you need, right? You need to be able to create the vision in your soul because that's probably part of your mission. Sometimes we like disregard our dreams as being too big, but you know, a lot of times it's our destiny calling. It's our mission that is aligned with the big dream that we have on our mind's eye, heart, and spirit. I feel like this work needed to happen so you could go create the vision on your soul, because the vision on your soul is part of your mission. Like I would say 99% of the time, it's part of your mission here as a starseed. You have big dreams, visions, goals. That's probably part of your mission. But in order to perform your mission, you know, like I said, I don't know if I said this in pile number 1 or not, or if I said it in this reading, I don't remember, because when I'm in the zone, I kind of forget what I said. There's certain levels of missions that we have, right? Some of us are like, you know, already performing part of our mission, but there could be a level or aspect of the mission that's even greater than the one you're already doing. Do you see? And sometimes we have to do the work, bring ourselves into wholeness, integrate aspects of self, bring ourselves into oneness before we're ready for the big leagues, right? The bigger portion of our mission. And I feel like that's what this is doing. This is preparing you, whatever this integration is, this soul retrieval is, bringing you into oneness and wholeness. It is preparing you for the next stage of your mission. It's fully preparing you to create that next stage of your mission and to perform the duty that comes with it, okay? I hope that makes sense. So, if you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice for angel numbers. These angel numbers can confirm some things I've already said in this reading and or provide you with additional messages that maybe you need personally. And only you would, you know, be able to discern that. So I always say, do your own research, find a source you like. I don't want to recommend one because it could be one you don't like. And, you know, I want you to take the journey to researching the numbers, because sometimes as you take the journey, you come across other synchronicity and serendipity that you may need to confirm something else to you, right? And it's like, if I gave you a shortcut, I might rob you of that journey or experience. Don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody not to put the number interpretation in the comment section for this same reason. Again, we don't want to rob anybody of finding their own magic, okay? So pile number 2. Wow, okay, so we have 9, 6, and 8. 968 is your angel number. Also, I will say look up 33 and look up 1021. So I'm going to put all those numbers in the screen here for you, okay? So you can look up all 3 of those numbers, master number 33, 1021, and your dice number, okay? So this is your reading. If you feel that this has helped and connected for you in some magical way, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. And if you ever want to take it a step further to support what I do, check me out on Etsy. The link to my Etsy store is down below. Pay me a visit. I have handmade crystal jewelry there. Powerful Tektite crystals, Moldavite and Libyan desert glass, and I also have personal readings and light language activations when available, keyword when. So much love to you, Starseeds. Sending you all the love in the world. Take care, and most importantly, always keep shining. Pile number 3, Starseeds. You chose this image. For your reading, we're going to be looking at a special message for you. So let's see. I'm going to start first with the Sacred Spirit Oracle cards. Let's see. Special message for Starseeds choosing pile number 3. What is the special message for you on your journey? Pile number 3, Starseeds. Let's see. What is your special message here? Oh, seek clarification, open to intuition. Okay. So, Spirit is saying here, Starseed, that there's something that you need clarified. There's something that your intuition is trying to get across to you or will soon be getting across to you. Maybe via a download. Whenever I feel like there's a block, right, in receiving clarification, I have to kind of like separate myself from people, things, and situations in order to allow myself to be a clear channel to receive. Because sometimes I'll go back to pile number 1 with this one. Sometimes there are distractions, and sometimes the distractions can keep you from receiving the clarification that your soul already has internally, right? Inherently. So open intuition is allowing yourself to be receptive and in constant communication with Spirit, who will deliver the clarification that you seek. So because I'm feeling that there might be a link, okay, I'm going to recommend it. You don't have to. You don't have to listen to anything I say. Obviously, you can always discern for yourself whether you want to go visit pile number 1, okay? Because it's kind of giving me a similar vibe where it's like Spirit wants to get a message across to you. There's something deep within your knowing or intuition that is going to give you the clarification and confirmation that you need. Sometimes we got to, remove ourselves from the mess, the clutter, the static, the noise to hear. And that's, when I say hear, I mean figuratively, right? Because our inner voice, our inner knowing, we want to tap into that. We want to hear that. And we have to allow ourselves to be a clear channel to receive that. Okay, it says open intuition, seek clarification. So some of you might be seeking answers on something. You're searching for answers on something. But Spirit is also saying here that the answer that you seek, you already have it. You already have it. Okay, I'm going to give you an example. It's funny how this works, okay? Because you could be like feeling foggy, right? Cloudy. You need an answer. You need confirmation on something that's been bugging you. And sometimes you do set the intention to receive it, right? And maybe your environment, you're clear of any clutter in your environment or in your mind too. But sometimes you just need that moment of stillness and or being alone in order to have it, right, snap into your awareness. Or if it doesn't happen like that, sometimes it can happen or snap into your awareness when you're doing something completely different, right? You're doing something that taps into your higher self. You could be doing a hobby. You could be, exercising. It puts you in a meditative state. Anything that is coloring. Oh my gosh, a lot of people do color as a way to promote a meditative state. Because anytime you're doing something that you're enjoying and you're focusing on that activity, whether you realize it or not, you are actually in alignment with your higher self in those moments. Okay? Because you're channeling creativity, you're channeling your willpower, okay? You're tapping into something special in that time. Okay? And oftentimes it could be in those moments. Not necessarily meditating or, whatever. It's in those moments where something just, it snaps into your awareness, and the answers that you seek, start sparking in your brain, right? It's kind of like an epiphany moment or a light bulb moment goes off in those moments. You could be even out in nature. You could be hiking. It's when your soul is focused and you're in that, you're connecting to whatever it is, your soul spark, is when the answers sometimes come. And that's kind of what this image even is giving me, right? You're channeling something, maybe in a moment of activity, maybe in a moment of stillness, but that's when it'll come. So if any of you are watching this hoping to get like some answers or clarification, this is more or less giving advice, but it's saying that a download of information will come to you in one of those moments. It's going to give you the answers that you seek in one of those moments, because you're going to be tapped in and tuned in to your higher self during one of those moments, and your intuition will speak with clarity. So let's see. I'm using the Star Tarot. Okay. Look at that. 9 of Swords. It makes sense. Ace. There goes your epiphany. Oh my gosh. Whoa. Let's see if we can get one more card, Starseeds. There goes your epiphany moment I was talking about with the Ace. There you go. With the Ace of Swords. That's it. Okay. Could it be any more spot on? I can't make this up. Like, this is how my readings are. Like, confirming literally everything I just said. Here's the distraction. Here's the noise, right? Here's the worry, frustration, anxiety, not knowing what to do, maybe sleepless nights of worry, feeling lost and fogged in. That's the Nine of Swords energy. Here's your epiphany moment that comes through. And here's your intuition. High Priestess, intuition. She is literally open intuition. And her energy confirms everything you need to know. That energy that you're tapping into with the High Priestess will confirm everything you need to know. And this sword of truth will literally cut through the clouds and the fog that you feel where you need clarification. It's going to cut through the clouds and the fog to reveal what's been hidden. So Starseeds, if you're feeling lost, confused, worried, stressed about something, you're feeling anxious about something, your mind is running amok, okay? The message here is you will have the answers that you seek. Well, this is kind of crazy. I just saw this. Hold on. 2, 9, 9, and 2. Do you see that? So to me, again, more confirmation of what is being said here. So Spirit is going to give you a download here. And this reading is basically the heads up. A download is coming. A download of information is coming. You're going to receive the information that you need. It's going to clear the fog of your brain fog. It's going to align you with the truth and what you need to know. It's going to bring you into alignment. We have a number 2 here, which is all about balance. It's going to close something out with the 9, because the 9 and 10 usually speaks about closing out of cycles. It's going to close something out. It's going to open up a new door. So it's going to close out an old door, open up a new one with the Ace of Swords, and this new one is going to reveal some things to you. High Priestess is also goddess, okay? Also goddess energy, high feminine energy here. She is also, right, the 2 pillars speak of duality. She doesn't operate off of that ish, right? That's not where she operates. She doesn't allow herself to be polarized in a polarized world. She sits in the center of those things, balanced, completely poised, and in alignment with her higher self at all times. So this is feeling like a woo moment. Oh my gosh, like you're gonna get such a sudden understanding, right? And it's gonna, like, I feel like blow your mind wide open. And you're gonna feel so much stillness in the knowing that you're gonna sit here like the High Priestess on your throne and look at the outside world around you and all the distractions over here with the 9 of Swords. And you're gonna be like, this does not disturb me. That does not move me, because I'm still and I am in alignment with my higher self. I'm in alignment with the universe. I'm in alignment with Great Spirit, and nothing can change my mind out of that, right? Because she navigates her world via that at all times. It's going to feel like, it's going to, oh my gosh, it's going to feel like one of those moments like, yes, it clicks, it resonates, yes. I grew up in church, okay? So, like, if, you know, when I was a kid, I remember, like, you know, hearing, like, a pastor say something. And, you know, people in the congregation would, like, go off, like, you know, clap and start lifting their hands. Like, it's like one of those moments, you know what I mean? Because it clicks in your soul at that moment. It resonates with you on such a profound level. Whatever this download is with the Ace of Swords that's coming to give you the clarification that you seek, it's going to click and resonate with you on in such a profound way that it's going to shatter any fog in your mind, in your body, your heart, your spirit. It's going to shatter that, obliterate it to pieces. And there comes a peace that washes over you, right? Because now you know, and now that you know, you can't unknow. And now that you know, you are more confident and more secure in your inner knowing and intuition than you ever have been before. This is a breakthrough. Starseeds watching pile number 3, there is a breakthrough coming to clear the fog from your life. There is such a clarity on the other side coming your way, and Spirit is giving you a heads up with this message. There is a download from Spirit that is coming to make you trust your intuition that much more. And the feeling here is you will never doubt it again. You will never doubt it again. Never again. These cards couldn't be more clear. We have so much confirmation on the table. It's insane to me. And in a beautiful way, right? So much clarification. Look at this crown here, right? Do you see that? A crown of stars. Such an enlightening moment is what is coming your way and being delivered. The answers that you seek are coming. The breakthrough that you have sought all this time in your journey, in your understanding, in your awareness, it's coming. A knowing that can't be disputed. A knowing that's in alignment with your inner being. Your inner being is in alignment with Spirit. Again, that merging, right? I also feel like a merging of you and Spirit, like together, right? I'm feeling that with the High Priestess. You are in alignment and you are merged in unison, in union with Spirit. And there will be nothing, no chatter, no noise that could ever throw you out of that alignment now moving forward, Starseed. So that is so important to navigate your world off of that. Because it's so easy for the 3D matrix to come in and kind of like poke at us. But you got to remember, we're in this world, but we're not of it. But it's so easy for us to get lost in it. It is so easy for us to become this 9 of Swords energy. There's something coming your way that's going to break you out of that once and for all, and you'll never go backward. This is a breakthrough. A beautiful one. Because the sword cuts through the BS. It cuts through the fog and the clouds in your sky, right? In your figurative sky. It will break through the clouds. The confusion. Here's the confusion of the 9 of Swords. You have something coming through to break you out of that confusion. But what it's going to do is put you so in union and unison with your higher self and your intuition. And you're going to trust that moving forward, no doubting it ever again. Because your intuition is Spirit. Your intuition is always in connection with the higher realms. It's always in alignment with the higher vibrations of your inner being. Your intuition always knows the truth, right? Your inner being is your intuition. It's Spirit's voice inside of you. And it always speaks the truth. It'll never steer you wrong. I can attest to that. I mean, it saved my life when I was a young girl. And I have always listened ever since. There's been maybe 1 or 2 times since then that I didn't, and I regretted it. But lesson learned, you know? But this is beautiful because I'm feeling like this is such a major breakthrough in your journey. And you're going to be navigating your life so fully, so completely via this knowing. A download of information is coming, and, you know, Spirit over here with the High Priestess is saying, well, I can't tell you what that is because the High Priestess doesn't reveal her secrets. But whatever it is that you are seeking clarification on is what will be revealed to you. And it's going to be downloaded. It's going to be given to you, sent to you. Maybe it could even come via a phone call, right? With the Ace of Swords, because this Ace of Swords or swords speak of communication. So it could be a phone call, email, text that comes through to reveal something to you, a knowing, a sudden understanding, sudden level of awareness that is put before you. And here you are, right? Like with those, you know, that, I'm going to have to throw it in the video, but you know that emoji with like the head exploding, right? There you go. That's the Ace of Swords moment that's coming your way. The High Priestess is like, yeah, and she's sitting so confidently, trusting herself, trusting her inner knowing, trusting, you know, her connection with Spirit to reveal all things to her. Oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful way to navigate life, you know? Knowing that you always have this connection to this source that will never steer you wrong ever. Because it only ever wants what's best for you, right? The divine always wants what's best for you. It'll never steer you wrong. You can never be separated from this divine connection. And once you start operating from that divine connection, because it's always there, it never goes away, nothing outside of you can move you, disturb you, nothing. It has no effect on you. It has no power over you. But dang, you know, the Knight of Swords is reminding me of the 3D matrix reality, right? We can get caught up in those webs, and this does have a web, right? I don't know if you can see that. We can sometimes get caught up in the web of the matrix, placing ourselves at the mercy of things that we perceive are outside of our control. But this is all a freaking illusion. This is a dream we're living. You know, it's like, how much power are we really going to give the dream that we're living, the illusion, the Maya that we're living in? High Priestess doesn't do that. Okay, another thing I just saw, I was about to grab another Oracle card system, but remember I said you're reaching your crown here. Your crowning moment, okay, is what you're reaching with this Ace of Swords is coming, all right? Look at these cards. 2 spider webs here. I don't know if you can see that. 9 of Swords is the butterfly trapped in the web, in the spider's web. Here, the High Priestess has conquered over it. You see that? The High Priestess has conquered over it. She's forging her divine plan, her divine destiny. Because sometimes the web itself can speak about destiny. The spider actually speaks of goddess energy, goddess feminine energy. So it doesn't surprise me that they use the spider web as a depiction in the High Priestess card of this deck. Okay. Sometimes we forget that we're the weaver, right? We're the spider weaving our own destiny. And instead, we end up operating like a bug getting trapped in the web when, hello, we're the one forging and creating our own destiny. So you're coming into a situation where you're going to realize you're not the bug caught in the web. You're the spider that weaves the web. I hope that makes sense. You weave the web of your future. Here's the knowledge and the understanding that you get with the Ace of Swords that shows you you can create and weave your future. You weave and create your future with the alignment and the union and unison of the number 2 between you and spirit. Because spirit is you, you are spirit, you can't be disconnected from it at all, at ever. So the same power that creates the universe, the same power that creates worlds dwells within you. Once you understand that you can tap into that power at any time, you literally will create your world. You will weave your destiny. You will fulfill your mission. Because you'll know what to do in order to put yourself in alignment with the full completion and fulfillment of your mission here. As a starseed, right? You're breaking out of this energy over here that will make you think that you're the victim stuck in the web, but you're not. You know, and that's also a starseed thing. Like, this is not our home, so we get frustrated with being in the matrix web, right? We fail to remember oftentimes that we can manipulate it. And that's what I mean. You're not the bug caught in the web. You're actually the bug that weaves the web. Because you can manipulate this matrix web reality, okay? Quote unquote reality, air quotes here. You can manipulate this energy. The way you do it is by being in alignment constantly with spirit, where nothing can touch you, nothing can affect you. You're constantly in co-creation with spirit, the inner being that dwells within you, the power that creates worlds, the power that creates the cosmos, that dwells within you because you are part of it and is part of you. You cannot be separated from it. You can't deviate away from it. It never goes away. You just got to understand and remember that it's always there. You have always been connected to it. And it's that power, right, that will create the life that you want. It is that power that will help you fulfill the mission you're here to fulfill. It's that power, once awakened, right, will help you escape the web, the dream, the nightmare of this matrix that none of us want to be in, because it's not our home. But we're here on duty. We're here on a mission. We have some, purpose here. So we descend, right, into this physical reality, dream, illusion, to fulfill something greater. To maybe help our soul grow, and maybe to help other souls wake up and grow. Whatever your mission is, you have a purpose here. But you're never separated from the power that creates worlds. As a starseed, it is hard. We miss home. We don't always want to be here. We do feel trapped in this 3D matrix. We feel oftentimes separated, Separated, from source. Separated from that energy that is, that really doesn't dwell in this world, but it does dwell inside of us. And we got to tap into that again. We got to wake up to that. We got to remind ourselves that, home is really inside of us. And we long for the stars. We long for, the cosmos and all that stuff. I don't know how many of you love to look at the stars, and feel like you belong there, right? And that can be very hard. I mean, that right there would remind me of the 9 of Swords energy. And you feel like an outsider. You feel like you don't belong here. You feel like, this is so foreign. And people confuse you, right? And you probably look at humanity and give humanity the side eye, right? You're like, what is wrong with this world? What is going on? This is not normal. And you get mad, you get frustrated, you get, you know, disheartened, and that's all that Nine of Swords. And you feel helpless because it's like, you know, what can I do? You know, the world is hurting. I'm only one person. I can't fix it. It hurts me to see the world hurting, you know. And it makes you even long for home, right? Wherever home is. It makes you long for home that much more. But then it gets to a point where you have an awakening and awareness that comes to you. And you realize that you're never really separated from home, because home, that feeling of home, right? And the oneness and the divine spark, right, is inside of you. And as long as, you know, I mean, you can't be separated if it's constantly dwells within you. You just got to wake it up. You got to remember it's there. I'm telling you, that does make life here on this planet that much more tolerable, to know that the same spark that created the stars in the sky, the planets, the universe itself, dwells within me, right? Dwells within you. And we're never truly in separation from home, as much as this 3D world web matrix would make us believe. Illusion, right? Because it is an illusion. It's all a dream. It reminds me of Biggie. It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazines. Right? It was all a dream. Yep. Yep. That reminds me of that. Anyhow, I was, you know, teen in the early 90s, so. Anyhow, that's what this is telling me. You're going to receive a download of information that's going to wake you up to this. Or show you something else that you need to know to help you trust your inner being's guidance that much more. There's a source of information that's coming your way with the Ace of Swords. It's going to open up your crown, right? It's going to bring you some information, some truth, some knowledge, some wisdom. High Priestess, right? Spiritual wisdom and knowledge. Another level of awareness that is needed for the rest of your journey. You are opening up yourself to your intuition to gain clarification, understanding, and confirmation that you need on your journey. That's going to get you out of this energy of feeling like you're stuck in the web. You're not stuck. You're soon, with this Ace of Swords moment, to get unstuck with that breakthrough that is so needed to bring you your High Priestess energy. Because your High Priestess energy is always tapped and tuned in, right, to the source that creates worlds. The power that creates worlds. Home. Okay, it's always tapped into home. That vibration of home. That frequency of home. We're in the world, but we're not of it. And we don't operate like we're of it either. We shouldn't, at least. Because that's how we stay stuck in this feeling of longing, of missing home, of feeling like we don't belong. Okay? We're not meant to operate like we're of it, because we're not. The more we try to fit in, the harder it is. The more we try to operate as if we're of this place, the harder it is. The more out of place we feel, or the more jaded we become, or cynical. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. Starseed. Oh, okay. Starseed Oracle. All right. Oh, look at... Yeah, okay. Okay. Remember when I said that this feels like it belongs to pile number 1's reading? Right here, Blue Flame. They got a blue card too. Pile number 1 got the blue card. A different one. They got the blue star, you got the blue flame, blue rays, right? It says connect to the blue flame, which is the light of pure love within you. Right here with the High Priestess. She connects with that inner being, that inner source, that inner light that is always connected to home, that's always connected to the higher vibrations of the universe. It's always connected to the source that creates worlds, right? It's always connected to that power. You are tuned into that power as well at all times. You're never separated from it. It's part of who you are. It's part of your magnificence. You are amazing, magnificent, and unique, but most importantly, you are enough. Remember I was saying how, like, you know, we try to operate as if we're from here, okay? And it throws us off because we know that it doesn't align with our vibe or, you know, our inner being in some way. It's the thing, you're unique. You're a unique soul. We all are unique souls. We all have different purposes for being here. We got to celebrate our uniqueness and stop trying to fit in, okay? This 3D matrix web illusion reality, right, will try to make us conform to it. But we are unique in ourselves. Everybody has an individual purpose. We're all unique in our own way. We have a purpose to fulfill based on that uniqueness. And we need to celebrate those things, right? It says, most importantly, though, you are enough. Again, maybe this Nine of Swords, maybe this Matrix 3D reality that you're a foreigner in makes you think you're not enough. That's a fallacy. That's not true. You are enough because you have, again, the light of pure love dwelling inside of you. And that light of pure love does not know limitation. It does not know lack. It's never separated from its prosperity, its abundance, its well-being, its wholeness, its healing. It's never separated. It always has. And it's always enough. It's always sufficient. And again, once we connect to that and we operate from that, here we are as a High Priestess, unshakable, where none of the outside noise and distraction, right, can touch us. Because we become so confident in it. And so connected to it that we can't disconnect from it once we connect. So let me roll the dice for your angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, what I do is I roll the dice. These dice the numbers that come up basically may confirm some things I've already said in this reading and or provide you with a message that you need personally for yourself. I don't recommend a source because it could be one you don't like. And two, I want you to take the journey to research the numbers for yourself, because sometimes when you take the journey to research the numbers, you may come across other serendipity and synchronicity that Spirit wants you to find. If I gave you a shortcut to the number, I might rob you of that experience. Don't want that to happen. Likewise, I always tell everybody, please refrain from putting the number interpretation in the comment section for this same reason. Again, we want people to find their own magic. So let's see, pile number 3, Starseeds. Let's see what we have for you. What numbers come up for this reading? We have 4, 7, and 6. 476 is your number, and I'm also going to have you look up a mirror, I think, 2992, okay? You could also look up 29, you could also look up 92, but I felt like this number, well, yeah, it's mirroring, right? Because this number came up first with this card, and then we got 9, and then we got 2. So 2992, and then your dice numbers, okay? So This is your reading. If you feel like this is helped and connected for you, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, and subscribe to support this channel. If you want to take it a step further to support what I do, check me out on Etsy. My Etsy store link is down below in the description box. I have handmade crystal jewelry I make with my 2 hands on my free time. I also have powerful Tektite crystals like Moldavite and Libyan desert glass there. And I also, which are actually Starseed crystals. And I also have personal readings and light language activations when available as well. Keyword when. Okay, so much love to you wherever you are. Be well, be safe, take care. Most importantly, keep shining.